live, on your side. Channel 2 News at 6 starts now.
And we are almost there, less than 30 minutes from kickoff in Orchard Park. Buffalo is gearing up to take on the Ravens in the divisional round of the playoffs. 2 on Your Side sports team is joining us from Highmark Stadium with a preview of that big game.
So much anticipation, Lindsay, so much conversation about all of the sides to this Bills-Ravens divisional matchup. We are just about ready to find out the answers to everything with kickoff set for 6:30. What is your key to the game?
John, I'm going to pick the obvious one here. Limit Derrick Henry. The Bills know all too well the kind of game-altering impact that Derrick Henry can have in games, especially like this in the playoffs, big-time situations. Henry popping off an 87-yard touchdown run right off the bat in Week 4 that pretty much set the tone for the rest of the game. If they cannot limit him, you can't stop him. But if you cannot limit him a little bit better and hold him to a way less impressive performance, they're going to be in trouble.
And everything we heard from players, coaches throughout the week saying, hey, we've looked at the film, we kind of know better schematically what they may do. You know he's going to get the rock. Let's see if they can right the wrongs. And there was a lot of them in that Week 4 blowout loss. For me, it's running the football on the other side of it. I'm stealing what you like to do so much of the season for the Bills. I think it's James Cook. I think it's the Bills' offensive line. That group alone is what dictated the game against the Broncos in that wild card win. I firmly believe, even though Josh Allen is the MVP caliber guy and the Superman that makes everything go for this Bills offense, I think the run game sets up the passing game. And I think if you can really take control of the clock, take control of the pace. I think if the Bills can do that with their running game, something Joe Brady has really shown, that's how he likes to really set the tone. And it's something that Sean McDermott said after the Ravens loss. I think we abandoned it, even though they got punched in the mouth early in that one. If James Cook and the Bills offensive line can once again do what they've done so often and so effectively, including last week, I think the Bills are really going to have a good shot at advancing to the AFC Championship game. Prediction time, Lindsay. How do you think this one unfolds?
Yeah, I do think the Bills are going to come away with the win. I think it's going to be incredibly close. This is one of the hardest predictions I feel like I've ever had to make. I do think it's going to come down to the line of scrimmage, but I think that the Bills are going to come out on top for this reason. They are a different team this time around. And I do think that you're going to learn from your mistakes, your worst loss of the season, turn it around. You have some key defensive starters back in the lineup. I think the Bills can take this.
As we've watched the divisional round of the playoffs unfold across the entire NFL, it's reaffirming to me, I think the Ravens and the Buffalo Bills are the two best teams in the National Football League. I think the winner of this one has a legitimate shot to win the Super Bowl, and that includes beating the Chiefs next week. However, I think it's going to be the Baltimore Ravens. I think Lamar Jackson is out here and playing phenomenally. So is Josh Allen. I think the Bills' defense will play better against Derrick Henry. But I have more questions about the Bills' defense than I do Baltimore's defense or Lamar Jackson in the playoffs or Derrick Henry if he can repeat his performance here. I think it's going to be a very close game. I think maybe we get the kickers involved at the end. Two that have been inconsistent and struggled throughout the year, Tyler Bass, Justin Tucker for the Ravens, but I think it's a tight field goal game that goes Baltimore's way. Save me. I'm about to get run over and taken outside by Bills Mafia. We'll see how it all unfolds, and of course, we will have all of your post-game coverage tonight at 11 o'clock. With Lindsay Moppert, I'm John Scott for Channel 2 Sports.
Yeah, we will just have to wait and see. Lots of eyes obviously will be on that game starting in less than 30 minutes. It's almost here. Bills Mafia is expected to be loud and proud at Highmark Stadium. Now, 2 on Your Sides, Andy Payton is in Orchard Park too. He's talking with fans ahead of the last home game of the season.
Yeah, Courtney, we're just about 30 minutes away from kickoff here at Highmark Stadium, and I can tell you the Ravens are not the only thing the team will be battling today. The temperature right now is about 18 degrees, and the wind chill is making it feel like it's about 10 degrees right now. But, Courtney, I can tell you this is Buffalo, and this is playoff football. These are the conditions that fans are saying that they want, and it's a big reason why this new stadium that we're seeing across the street being built at this current moment is not going to have a roof, because during that entire process where they're talking about building that, all fans were saying is how they wanted a team like the Ravens to have to come into this environment and move on if they were going to do so by winning in these type of conditions where it's cold, the snow is blowing, and that's Buffalo playoff football for you. And that's why fans tell us that despite these conditions, they're feeling pretty comfortable today. Take a listen to this. How are you staying warm today?
I'm Canadian, I can tell you that for sure.
Fireball,
That's the only way.
fireball.
There's alcohol involved, and that's it.
Maybe have a shot or two. But if you're looking for a non-alcoholic answer, hand warmers from Home Depot.
Lots and lots of layers. Yeah, for sure.
Layers and vibes.
And a Snuggie cape. And a Snuggie cape.
This is what Buffalo is. We would like it like nothing better. Like, this is what it's all about.
Now some good news for fans who aren't quite as cold-blooded. The wind chill will warm up a little bit, but just about 2 degrees. So, Courtney, I can tell you I'm pretty confident that the hot chocolate line inside the stadium today will be pretty long. We'll, of course, have more on this for live reaction tonight at 11. But for now, on your side here at Highmark Stadium, Andy Payton, Channel 2 News.
Yeah, hopefully everyone stays warm. Thanks, Andy. And one member of Bills Mafia took an unconventional route to Highmark Stadium for today's playoff game. Our photojournalist, Franco Ardito, followed along on his journey.
I'm ready to roll. I'm excited. I traveled here from Dallas, Texas. I'm a Buffalo native, and I'm here to run 17 miles here on Hurdle down to Highmark Stadium. The first year I did it was the year that we broke the playoff drought. This became a tradition that allowed me to stay tied to the city that I love, and it's just kind of grown every year. I come home and do it for the home opener every year. I've been fundraising for Wings Flights of Hope, and every time we've done it, we've done over $1,000, and it feels really good to be connected to the city. It could be negative 80, it could be 120 degrees, I don't care. It's the Bills playoff game, and I'm gonna do it. Literally the entire time, people are honking and cheering, so it's cool to see the community kind of rally around it. I'm running to the stadium right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, welcome to Buffalo, dude. You going to the game?
Yeah.
I got the Buffalo onesie on. That's a new addition this year. I've worn some different outfits throughout the years. I did wear a banana costume the past couple. I'm going to end at Pinto Ron's tailgate with a bowling ball shot.
Hey, there's another way to stay warm, right? We told you earlier this week about a contest at UB to see who could log the most AEDs around Western New York. Today, we spoke to the winner, Carissa Garbanini. She registered 126 AEDs into an app called Pulse Point. The UB grad student says it's all about helping her community.
I'm a former first responder, and so I think it's great just to map those AEDs. That way, in the case of an emergency, those first responders and bystanders, they can know where those AEDs are.
Her prize was winning tickets to today's playoff game at Highmark Stadium. She's there right now. By Valentine's Day, the goal is to have at least 1,000 AEDs registered. Right now, they say they have around 700. With the Bills and Ravens ready to face off in the divisional round, churches from both regions are competing in a challenge of their own. Some Western New Yorkers have challenged Baltimore area churches to a food drive competition. Now, whoever gets the most donations will be declared the winner. All food donated locally will go to Community Missions of Niagara Falls.
Community Missions does a great job at keeping our homeless population here in Niagara Falls off the streets, especially on these very cold nights. And they tend to need more this time of year, so their shelves are kind of empty. So they will take any donations that you can provide. Anything will be great.
The donation drive ends tomorrow. We have a list of the churches accepting items over on our website, WGRZ.TV. And as we are almost to kickoff, we want to know where you are cheering on the Bills tonight. You can see those options on your screen. Are you going to watch from Highmark Stadium, a bar or restaurant, a watch party, or are you going to watch from home? You can let us know by voting in our Channel 2 poll. You can text your answer to 716-849-2220. New tonight, Buffalo police are investigating a deadly shooting on East Delavan Avenue. Police say a 32-year-old man was shot while driving. It caused him to crash into a storefront. He was taken to ECMC, where he was pronounced dead. Anyone with information can call the Buffalo Police Department's confidential tip call line. Less than 1 week after a dog was found abandoned in a dumpster in the town of Niagara, the Niagara County Sheriff's Office is now investigating a similar incident. Police say they got a call yesterday for a dog found in the trash behind Nelson's Cafe on River Road in Wheatfield. The dog was found alive. It was taken to the Niagara County SPCA. Investigators say they believe it was abandoned by someone driving a dark colored truck around 2 Saturday morning. If you have any information, call the Niagara County SPCA. Tonight, we are celebrating the start of a family film series at Shea's Performing Arts Center. The free event is a way for families to get out of the cold and enjoy an experience at the theater. Today's movie was Inside Out 2.
We have a feelings wall. We're going to create a QR code for a playlist of songs that you go to when you're feeling any kind of emotion. So we get together as you know, the two departments and think about how can we really deepen the experience for the community when they come in before watching the movie.
Shea's will be showing 3 more family-friendly movies throughout the winter. For more information, you could go to their website, Shea's.org. Not a bad day to be inside. Well, if you don't like the cold, and dare I say, Patrick, today might be one of the warmest days that we're going to see in the next couple of days, unfortunately for those who don't like the cold.
Yeah, winter's worst is coming in the days ahead,
Yeah.
Courtney. Tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday, cold, snowy days to be sure. Did John Scott really call for the Bills to lose?
You know, I don't know.
He did.
I'm not going to out him. I can't do it, Patrick.
I appreciate his, his non-bias, but oh my gosh. All right, 14 today, or tomorrow rather, out in Buffalo. We're going to see snow showers in the morning, but some lake effect snows developing in the afternoon and certainly tomorrow night. Tuesday, snow and cold. Wednesday, snow and cold. So the deal right now is that we do have some light snow showers that have been occurring much of the afternoon. The heavier snow, of course, is across the East Coast from New York City to Philly, Boston, getting into the snow. Our snow is going to come from the lake effect process. And for that reason, we have a couple of alerts to go through. First of all, a winter weather advisory tonight through tomorrow. Quite a bit of fluff has come off Lake Ontario, bringing 4 to 8 inches of snow from Niagara to Orleans County, and that will continue into tomorrow. A lake effect snow warning goes into effect early tomorrow morning through Wednesday morning. This is where we could see 8 to 16 inches in and around Buffalo. I would think Buffalo's closer to the 8. The 16 is closer to, let's say, West Seneca to maybe Blaisdell. And then the 10 to 20 rather, across northern Chautauqua, Cattaraugus, and into southern Erie County in the Boston Hills. All right, temperatures are cold. We're in the teens. That's where we're going to stay. Cold Arctic air is set to continue to plunge across the area. That's going to set the stage for lake effect snow. So this is future look starting tonight. Notice how the snow does increase right as the game is ending, potentially, okay? And then overnight tonight, scattered snow showers. Tomorrow morning, nothing too organized happening yet, except up here near the Lake Ontario shoreline where snows continue there. As we go through the day tomorrow, that lake effect snow band will develop and then head closer into the South Towns, southern Erie County, the Boston Hills, Wyoming County to about Buffalo, it appears. And then that steady state snow band is just going to sit and bring copious amounts of snow. The difference with this lake effect snow compared to the lake effect that we had mainly in December, it's the cold. Temperatures, single digits to low teens. There will be a wind and a dangerously cold wind chill. In fact, you can see that lake effect snow continuing into Tuesday night with, again, very cold wind chills, 15 to 25 below zero with our wind chills Monday night through Tuesday. Snowfall amounts look like this. 4 to 5 inches just north of Buffalo, 6 to 10 up here near Lake Ontario, 18 to 24 Boston Hills towards East Aurora into Wyoming County, and then 16 to 20 inches across the Chautauqua Ridge. Ski country about 8 to 12, 1 to 3 as you head down towards Olean. Notice temperatures, they plunge tonight into the teens. Tomorrow we're going to stay in the low to mid teens. It looks like by Tuesday night into, Monday night into Tuesday morning, single digits, but wind chills 10 to 15 to 20 below zero. And then Tuesday afternoon, very, very cold. A weather impact alert for tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday for Niagara County, mainly for the cold and some snow showers. For Buffalo, it's the cold and the snow. Temperatures do moderate Thursday, Friday, Saturday, with a chance of still some residual lake effect snow showers. For the south towns in the southern tier, heavy lake effect snow tomorrow late into Tuesday, potentially Wednesday. Very cold temperatures, overnight lows below zero, and then warming up into the 20s as we head through the weekend. We will be back live on Channel 2 tonight at 11 for an update on this, developing winter weather.